Welcome. So today I want to talk about this North Star we just had. Hadn't been here for 800 years. The conjoining of the two planets, or however it was. Cool pictures. And it got me thinking about the three wise men. Now first, don't confuse the three wise men with the three Stooges. Completely different group. And there were actually four Stooges. Curly, Moe, Larry, and Shep. They were never on the screen together, but that's a whole different thing. They're only three at a time. We'll talk about that maybe some other time. But the three wise men, were there four? You see, the Bible doesn't tell us how many of the Magi, which they were called, there were. We assume there were three because they gave frankincense, myrrh, and gold. So you would think that each one would have brought their own stuff. So we think there's three. But is there? I'm going to tell you the story about someone who may have been the fourth. I don't know if this story is true, not supported or not disproved by the Bible. It's just a story. See, his name was Artaban, and he was a Magi. And he was a person who studied the stars, and he found that this was going to happen. And he sold everything. And he was on his way to meet the other three Magi. And on his way, he sold everything. He bought gifts to give, rubies and pearls, including a beautiful, beautiful pearl, or ruby. And he's on his way, and he comes across a man who's laying on the side of the road very sick. And if he stops and helps this man, he's going to be late to meet the other Magi. But if he doesn't stop and help, the man will certainly die. So what does he do? He stops and helps. And he gives medicine to the guy, gives him his food and water. And the man blesses him and sends him on his way. Said that the Messiah is not going to be born in Jerusalem, going to be born in Bethlehem. How do you know that? I don't know. So he's on his way, and he gets there late. And so he's going to have to travel without these other wise men. And so they left a message where to meet him and all that. And so he sold his most precious ruby so he could get supplies, because he'd left everything with the man that was sick. And he headed out. And he got to Bethlehem 3 days late. Jesus was already gone. And one of the things that happened when the Magi showed up in Bethlehem, or Jerusalem, wherever they showed up, they went and asked the king, King Herod, where do we find this baby that's about to become king? Herod played like, yeah, I'm okay with this. But he really wasn't. And they slipped out without saying goodbye and went to Bethlehem, and Herod figured this out, and so he sent his soldiers to kill all the babies. And this Artaban showed up in Bethlehem as the soldiers were coming around, and there was a woman crying at her door because she had a baby, and she knew that these soldiers were coming to kill her baby. So Artaban stood at the door as one of the lead soldiers came up, and he gave his last ruby to him and said, there's no baby here. And the man said, there's no baby here, and took off, and the baby survived. And she blessed the man, Artaban, and he went off to find Jesus. And he's searching and searching and searching. and can't find him because he hid pretty well. Jesus was really good at hide and seek, I think. Anyway, he searched for 33 years, and he finally heard of a man who was about to be crucified. And he heard the stories of what this man had done. And so he set out to see the man and give him the last of his pearls. And on the way, there's a young lady being dragged from somewhere, and they were going to take her to sell her, and she's begging for help. And so he stopped and gave the soldiers the last of his pearls and bought her and set her free. And with that, he collapsed. The end of his life was moments away. And he heard this voice. And the voice said, "And as you did for the least of these, you have done for me." I can't tell you that story is true or not. I don't know. But I sure like it. I sure like what it says. And you know, we're just a few days away from Christmas. Whether you're taking your last breath or you got 100 years to go, I don't know. But I do know this. It's not too hard to find Jesus. He's knocking on your door right now. And I think this is a good example of living a good life, but the best life can be found in Jesus. And all you got to do is open the door. And I want you to know that if you decide to accept Jesus, I would be happy to arrange for you to get baptized. Can't say I can do it for everybody because I don't know where you live. But we can get you baptized. And you can become part of Jesus' family. I know there's a lot of question about whether or not the 25th of December is Jesus' birthday. But what's really important, and I wish they'd do the science to go back to find the exact date, because they can do that stuff, not me. Maybe I should become a magi. But now's the time to receive the best gift you can for Christmas. The great gift of Jesus. I'm not telling you your life is going to be perfect after that. But what I'm telling you is you don't have to keep searching. Let him find you. He's there. He's knocking at your door. Just open it and let him in. Just say, Jesus, I am a flawed human being, which I am. I want to be part of your life, of your world. I want you in my life. And I accept you as my Lord and Savior. That's it. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's not trying to find when the Star of David's, or the North Star, Star of David, whatever you want to call it, shows up. It's not that complicated. So, that's my gift to you for this Christmas. I hope you take advantage of it and share it. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll be back in tomorrow. Bye.